Here's a video I made using an Insta360 One R camera, and I'm riding my motorcycle, which is the Ducati Monster 800. It's a 2004 model, and I'm taking it from the Chisos Mountain Lodge parking lot to Panther Junction to fill up. And this is my last day. Basically, I came in the night before, spent the night, went hiking, and now I'm on my bike riding out and experiencing the sights and the twists and turns of the road for the first time without the rain. I entered this mountain area the night before while the rain was coming down, and I had my rain gear on, which I put on right before I hit the mountains because I saw the rain coming down and I felt small drops kind of coming down on me as well. So on the way in, it was cold, super cold, like almost icy cold, and really wet. And I wasn't really used to these roads, and I haven't experienced like steep roads and tight turns as you're seeing right now before. And a fully loaded bike, I didn't really trust anything. Plus I was really stiff from being cold, so I kind of was very tense as I was riding in, and it was hard to enjoy the sights and the scenery. But I thought it was amazing and terrifying at the same time. So on the way out here, you can see it was a gorgeous day. I felt like I would have a lot more traction and had more confidence and more visibility, although the roads were a little bit more occupied on the way out. People were entering. The parking lot was actually super full, and people were looking for parking spots as I was leaving. And this 360 camera basically shoots in all directions, all at the same time. And what you're seeing is an exported video, which I made after I recomposed the shots that I wanted the camera to aim at, and made keyframes on the timeline in the Insta360 Studio app on my computer. You could also do it on your phone, but I prefer using a computer for this. To edit on your phone, you actually have to download the footage to your phone and take up a lot of memory. And these beautiful views, I was soaking it up. Just the whole time was just amazed. And it felt great. The weather was great. It was really cool air. And on my way out, after I filled up at Panther Junction, where there's a gas station kind of close by to Panther Junction, after I filled up and rode out to Terlingua, it got really cold on the way to Terlingua, and I basically had to layer up a little bit. But it was a beautiful ride, this whole area, even the roads to Terlingua, and even on the way out from Terlingua to Alpine, Texas, which I have never been before, but on the way into Alpine, it was breathtaking. Just amazing mountainous terrain, turns, and there were stops on the mountain as we were descending, and it looked pretty terrifying on the way down, and it was windy. But also had no confidence in stopping, because I guess I focused so much on just going this whole trip. Stopping, I always carefully apply that front brake and a little bit of rear brake. it's hard to really stay super focused on just the road and what's coming up ahead, because I really wanted to just look around. So every now and then I would glance up at the mountains and just like hope my recording didn't get corrupted or stop. And I was relieved to know that this recording survived, because I was having trouble with my Insta360 One R camera. After this, I was having, I guess, speed issues with the card, and it was just stopping because it was telling me that card was not fast enough. I didn't have problems with the other 360 camera. I have the other camera I have is the 360 One X, and this is the 360 One R, which has interchangeable lenses and sensors. In this one, I could have the 360 option or just the front-facing 4K option. But this video is recorded in 5.7K in HD. Well, I don't know if you call it HD, but 360 5.7K. I really thought about getting more of a touring motorcycle for this trip, and was on the ads on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, to see if there's some sport touring motorcycles I could buy, and I almost did get one, but I thought, well, I have a Monster, and I read up on other people who have ridden a long ways on their Ducati, and one person said they rode for 5 hours on their Ducati, and this trip was like a 9-hour ride to, or 9.5 hours of riding to the Chisos Mountains. And I didn't do it in one trip. I thought that was going to be insane. So I split it up. I started in Houston or Sugar Land and went to San Antonio. Then spent the night. Then from San Antonio, took it all the way to Chisos Mountains in one day, or 6.5 hours of riding. And that was kind of, I would say a milestone for me. The furthest I've ever been was Galveston and back on the motorcycle, and that was painful. So this air cushion seat was pretty much the secret weapon, the reason why I was able to last. And also the tank bag, if you see, if you look at the tank, I have a tank bag there that I leaned against, and I had it stuffed full of stuff, and it was helping me keep the pressure off my wrists, and that was really critical. Also, I have this little throttle lock on my right hand. You can sort of see there's like a piece of metal. It basically can rotate forward. When I let go of the throttle, it'll just sit against the brake and kind of help me keep that throttle open if I need to relax my hand and my grip. And to slow down, I basically will just force it to slip out of the lock position, and I could slow down and easily stop. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and found it very informative.